What's up, Hankiboy here with part 2 of my collaboration with UncleSamsDevil. If you haven't watched the previous parts, keep on watching, the order doesn't really matter. But you will still need a little bit of context, of course. So I'm an active Canadian Armed Forces member, and UncleSamsDevil is an ex-US Marine turned YouTuber. We joined up on Discord and talked about how we would survive a zombie uprising in real life, and we compared that to what we would do in the upcoming zombie survival game Dead Matter to see how realistic that game will be. The first thing we did was come up with a scenario that is as close as possible to what will be happening in Dead Matter, and this is what we based our survival decisions on. And if you want the full context, watch part 1, I give the situation in there. The way we did this, we prepared 10 questions about survival and we answered those questions first as if they were a real life situation. Then we answered the same question but in the context of Dead Matter. So if you want to listen to two guys with military experience talk about surviving the zombie apocalypse, this is the video for you, and keep on watching. But before we start any of this, make sure to check out Uncle Sam's Devil channel at the end of this video. The link to his channel will be in the description and pinned comment. He covers realistic shooters and survival games. His content is awesome and he takes really good care of his community. Also, make sure to check my Discord, link is in the pinned comment if you want to join an always growing community. Also, I have a Dead Matter access key giveaway going on in there. Look in the contest channel on my Discord for more information. And with all this being said, if you're ready, let's jump right in where we left off in part 1.
Okay, so question 4. What would be our vehicle of choice in real life?
Yeah, so for me in real life, actually, I took some liberty here. It's gonna be 2 vehicles. I'd grab a pickup truck and a motorbike. First, the motorbike because there's gonna be just probably so much shit everywhere. There's cars in the road, probably barricades, trash, whatever, bodies. I think roads, especially inside of cities or at least towns, it's just going to be really hard to navigate in there with either a car or a pickup or a truck or whatever. And a motorbike is perfect. Doesn't use a lot of fuel. You can freaking go pretty much anywhere with it. You can enter buildings basically with a motorbike. And then if ever I find something big I need to go get, or I have a lot of stuff I need to haul around, well, I'll just grab the pickup. And I don't want to freaking roll around with a pickup for too long, because of course fuel is going to be hard to come by. You can't really go in tight places with it, and if ever I need to GTFO, I can actually just stick the motorbike in the bed of the pickup and off we go to wherever the next place I want to go is. So yeah, a pickup and a motorbike.
Okay, good to go. For me, vehicle of choice in real life, yeah, it's gonna be a Ford F-150, which I happen to have. It's just going to be really good for doing whatever task I need it to. I'm not going to be leaving when the apocalypse starts, but eventually, after my stores run out, I will be going out. I can pull a trailer, I can carry people, I can drive through piles of undead, you know? So
yeah,
it's going to be able to do pretty much what I need it to do, and I don't think gas is going to be a problem for at least the first couple of years, because most people are already dead, right? So I'll have to go find it, but there will be gas to take for sure.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's actually a point I wanted to make. Like at the beginning, fuel is not really going to be a problem. You're gonna have cars laying around full of fuel. The freaking pump stations, they're gonna be full of fuel. There's gonna be fuel everywhere, but of course at some point we're gonna run out. But like the first couple of years, especially if there's like 1/10 still alive, fuel's not a problem. Fuel is not a problem. Exactly.
And then a lot of people aren't gonna have the nerve to go out and be driving vehicles loudly.
Yeah, no. So yeah, doesn't matter. I'd go with a pickup also, just because we can haul so much stuff in the pickup bed behind, which is really good, because I figure in Dead Matter hauling stuff around is probably something we're going to be doing a lot. And of course we can pin a trailer behind, and I'd probably grab a bicycle also, just to cruise around town without making any noise and make sure nobody knows I'm there. So yeah, a pickup truck, but not a motorbike, because I don't believe there's any in the matter right now. But yeah, a pickup in a bicycle.
Okay, good to go. All right, so for me in Dead Matter, we saw in Devlog 11, I believe it was, the truck with the little grids inventory system in the back of it where you can set stuff and turn it and, play stuff. So it's obviously trucks are going to be a big thing for carrying supplies. And I'm going to have a small, tight-knit group of people that I know I can trust around me, and we'll definitely be able to use that when we need to move supplies from one place to another. So again, whatever kind of truck that we can find in Dead Matter, that's going to be something that we're going to get as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah, man, of course. The pickup trucks, and I think there's gonna be cube trucks also. I don't. I know I've seen one, but I don't know if it's actually in game or just a world.
There's gonna be what?
Cube trucks.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's like an actual in-game truck or if it was just a world asset. So
yeah. If it is in game that you can drive, that would definitely be a bigger storage to use that's movable. That would be interesting to see.
So question 5, what would be our building or area of choice to fortify in?
Okay, in real life, I've got immediate family, whoever's left, so my dogs, if they're around, I'm gonna assume that they're gonna be immune. But anyway, I'm trying to find a big building if I do have to leave home. A big building that's pretty open and spacious, and I'm putting obstacles over towards the door area, but back in the rest of the building, I want there to be space. If something or someone does get inside, the last thing I want to do is get trapped in a corner, Yeah. So, plenty of room to move again. Let's see. So a warehouse office building, yeah, I guess it would be along those lines. I wouldn't say a restaurant because that's going to be in a town or something, and that's going to be where people are trying to go. Probably there'll be high traffic areas. So if I can find a bigger open building that's somewhere kind of off away from everywhere, that would definitely be optimal. All right, over to you, man.
Yeah, me pretty much in the same line. So the way I saw this was, of course, I've started out in my house. I've fortified my house. I've been out. I've probably started meeting people because like 1 in 10 people survived. Like there's 10 people who survived just on my street. So of course I'm going to be meeting people. Of course we're going to be grouping up. And so by grouping up, we're probably going to want to get a bigger, easier to defend building. Right next to where I'm at, there's a big municipal garage close by. It's a huge area and it's surrounded by a really heavy-duty fence with a really big fence entry. There's not a lot of windows on the building. There's actually a really big fuel reservoir. Like that's where they have all the machineries, the snow plows and whatnot. Everything that's used by the city. So big fuel reservoir. I know there's going to be a bunch of tools in there. There's big garage doors we can use to get our trucks in there, get our cars, whatever we need to work on. So you're not working on your stuff outside, you're working inside, and it's just an easy place to defend. And there's this huge field right in front of it where eventually we're probably going to need to grow food, or at least have some sort of stock, I guess, and just the perfect place. So yeah, a municipal garage that's just next to my neighborhood. That's probably where I would head. So what about in Dead Matter in game?
Okay, in Dead Matter, well, it depends. So early on, pretty much the same. I'm trying to find an open building on the inside where we can have kind of someone posted up on one wall, someone on the other, someone in the corner. So, we have gaps, we can cover lanes. Later on, we would want to move and kind of commandeer a building that would give us priority of a high loot area. So if we could do that, we could control a section of the map and expand from there. And I think that would be a pretty good plan.
Yeah. My first thought was police station, and it took me like 5 seconds to realize it was probably the worst idea I could have had. So my probably the first place I'm gonna be looking for is just one of those suburb houses with a garage, just because it's not really, I don't think, yes, people are gonna go in, but it's not gonna be a high traffic area. I'm probably gonna grab one that's kind of off of the beaten path, far away from the main road, close enough to looting area so I don't really have to like expose myself too much. But yeah, just a normal house, easily defendable. I won't need too much resources to barricade everything, and of course I really want a garage to stick my car in there, work if I have to repair stuff or get it running. I'm doing this in the garage, people don't see me, I'm not making too much noise. And after we've played for a couple days, some of our cars are going to be looking like Mad Max's car. And if you have this just parked in front of your whatever building you're in, people are going to know right away.
All right.
I guess there's someone in that building. So yeah, whatever house or small building, as long as it has a garage and it's not really too close to the main road or what I'll figure are high traffic areas.
All right. Sounds good. That sounds like a very solid plan. Next, we have, what do we scavenge for on our first scavenging run? Real life, that's you.
All right, yeah, so, like, of course, that are things I don't have in my house, and I think the most important thing I'm gonna need is really big water reservoirs, so either drums or really those big plastic white ones. I don't know how many liters gets in there, but I'm really gonna want to grab one of those as soon as possible. I already have a bunch of drums in my house for my gardens.
Nice.
But I'm really gonna want to stack up more water because eventually water is gonna stop. So get water reservoirs, fill them up right away. And I don't know how long the water infrastructures would last without maintenance. Maybe, I don't know if it's 6 months or a year or 10 years, but eventually it's gonna fail, and I want that right like at the start. You don't want to not have water, of course.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm probably gonna be looking for a generator or something like that. And I live in Canada. Winters, of course, they're fun when you have electricity, you have heat. I don't think people are prepared to go through a winter without all the infrastructures that we have. Like, I'm gonna need heat, that's for sure. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially up there in Canada, that first winter is really gonna knock some people out.
Oh yeah, man. Some people who thought they would make it, they're not gonna make it. That's for sure. Yeah. So water reservoir and a generator.
Okay. So for me, real life, 100%. The goal when I eventually do go out to scavenge is food and supplies, which will help me fortify and be prepared to move in the future. 100%. I'm not focused on weapons. I probably already have them, but even if I don't, I'm focused on necessities. Weapons are secondary. Everybody wants to go grab a gun and grab swords and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes right down to it, you can have all the ammunition, all the weapons, katanas, whatever, in the world. If you don't have the means to survive, you're not going to be using it anyway, you know?
Yeah, no, of course not.
Alright, man. How about you in Dead Matter?
On my first scavenging run, I would probably, if I don't already have a vehicle, that's probably one thing I would want, not necessarily grab and bring back, but at least know where I can find one, and probably be looking for whatever materials I could use to improve the fortifications on my whatever building I'm in. Like, I guess it's our first scavenging run. Yes, I got in the building. I probably secured it quickly with whatever I could found, like right now. And that's probably one of the first things I'm going to want to do. Find a car that I'm probably going to have to fix, and then find more material to improve my fortifications. Yeah, I think that would be my first scavenging run on Dead Matter, of course.
Alright. Alright, so for me, in Dead Matter, I'm going to assume we spawned with full health and nutrients, whatever, however that stuff is all measured. It's going to be good to go spawning in. And we moved to an area. All right, that was our first priority, was to get stuff that would sustain us, like food and water. We already have that on our way to our first area. So going out on our first scavenging run, I'm assuming that that's going to be after we're already set up. You know, we've got an area, we've got a base that we call home. At that point, I'm looking for supplies, but also at the same time scouting the area still and trying to figure out what is around that would be most important, that would give me an advantage over any other groups, over the zombies, so that, you know, I'm not put in danger by the zombies or somebody else that wants to come take what I have. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely my take on that for sure.
Alright, and there you have it for part 2. Do not forget to give Uncle Sam's Devil channel a look. But before you leave, if you've enjoyed this, show your support. Take a few seconds to like and subscribe. And if you've really enjoyed this, take a couple more seconds, turn those notifications on, share this video, and comment below.